Okay, so as you can see, he's laughing. We may have adjusted the torsion bar a little bit too much. Welcome back to the channel, and on this video it's going to probably disappoint a few people, as I know a lot of people want to see this car stay 100% standard. Now I personally, I do want to keep it pretty standard, but it does sit quite high and none of my other cars do. So I have purchased some low sport suspension, 35mm. So I've not gone crazy, I've only gone 35mm. Now, as I say, I'll quickly show you that now it's got the 16 valve wheels on. I do feel like it just needs to notch down slightly, you know, just a little bit, and obviously the torsion bar to match. Now with any mods that I do on all my cars, they are all reversible, so I can take the suspension, you know, half a day, take the front shings, take the front springs out, adjust the torsion bar back to standard, swap the wheels, you know, that's it. The rest of the car is bog standard. You know, even refitted the exhaust, as you know, to a standard one, so it's not a big job. But I just think it will look a little bit better, in my opinion. So yes, it's not going to be 100% standard, but I'm not doing anything I can't reverse and put back to standard within a couple of hours. You know, it's not like that. So yes, I'll show you the springs anyway. So the springs. So before I show the springs, as I say, the previous owner Josh, the Clio actually had misting shocks, so he fitted 2 new front shocks, which are Bilstein, so really good quality. So the Bilstein front shocks with standard springs, hence it still sits at a standard height. So I'm not replacing the shocks because they are really good. I am just going to put on, I'll show you, these springs. Now I didn't go for anything too low. You can get 55mm, but here you go, that's what I went for. Just 35mm front springs. You can get 30, get 35, and you get 55. I went in the middle there. I think that will still give a nice amount of lows without being too silly, because I don't want to ruin it, because I'm going to use this car quite a bit. I don't want to ruin it completely. It won't be as low as the Williams, even though the Williams does still ride nice. But anyway, so these are the springs I'm going to fit onto the Bilstein shocks. However, before I fit these, I am going to paint them black. I'm going to use my usual Simmons, however you say it, tough black in a satin finish. So they look more OEM, because I don't really want them shouting red in the arches. You know, when you take the wheel off, I want it to look original. So a bit OEM plus, you know, my full style, which is what I like. So yes, they will look black, they will look original, but obviously they'll be 35mm lower. Right, it's another day, and the springs, I've actually just put another coat of paint on them, so they are still drying, unfortunately. But I thought I would whip the wheel off, start taking the suspension off. So that's what I'm going to do. I already jacked it up, as you can see. Yeah, so as I say, I'm going to whip the suspension off now and start changing this strut, this spring over to the lowering one. I am going to clean up in here as well while I'm at it, may as well. Luckily for me, Josh, the previous owner, has already been in here and had the strut out, because he had to replace the shocks for the MOT. So the shocks are some Bilstein ones. In fact, I'll show you now. There you go, Bilstein. So they're good quality ones, but you needed to replace them for the MOT because they were misting, the old ones were. So changed the shocks, which were second hand, but they'd only done like 100 miles or something. So you changed the shocks, put the standard springs on. Obviously, me lowering it, they need to come off. So yes, and I know I'm using a silver socket on a impact. There you go, simple as. Job's a good one. I know what I'll do. Buzz the top off. I'm using the correct one now. Top mount remove. Right, there we go. Simple as that. One shock removed. In very good condition this, but I might just clean it up and just give it a little lick of paint, you know, mask off the label just to make it look super brand new. But yeah, need to get the spring off, and there we go. Right, time for the dreaded spring compressors. I hate these things. Right, that's loose, and I can undo the thing on the end. There you go. Make sure this all comes out. Don't lose anything. There we go. I'll undo the spring clamps now, and that's that. Clean up all the shock, and as I say, might give it a quick lick of paint. So yeah, I'll bring you back. So that's one painted up with one coat, just to show you how it looks. And there's the other one ready to paint up. So I'm using my usual satin tough black, like I did on the springs. So I'll finish these up, and I'll bring you back when they're all unmasked. Well, that at the moment is about as much as I can do, so I'm just waiting for things to dry basically before I can start putting everything back together. But what I have done is I've cleaned up the arches, so they've come up really pretty well, to be honest. Missing a couple of clips, but no, pleased at that. So yeah, nice clean arches ready for nice freshly painted and pretty much new suspension to go on. So yeah, be a few seconds for you, but it'll be a couple of days for me before I'm back. So right, I'll bring you back when everything's dry and putting stuff back together. Kind of forgot to film after I'd painted and rebuilt them, but there we are, all in. The mate Coop's bringing the wheel over. That's the problem when you just crack on with stuff, you forget to film. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how these arches are looking, and shiny suspension, bit OEM looking with the black springs. So we'll get the wheels on and then get onto the torsion bar. So just bringing you back, we have got the caps off, lubed the torsion bars, got the bolts out of the shocks. My friend Mr. Benjamin Cooper is using his patented pikey tool. Yeah, torsion bar removal tool. As you see, you've got the bolts off everywhere. So far it's plain ball. So we'll adjust the torsion bar and bring you back, and then see what it looks like. But yes, the front is on. Doesn't look much lower at the moment, but we'll see what it's like when it's all done. And that is the passenger side torsion bar removed, and we were just commenting just how clean that is. Normally these are complete nightmares to get out, but it is out, and we're doing the other one, fingers crossed. And then
should have brought some spare caps, and I've probably got a couple of spare.
Grease them up, gonna really grease them up and put them back in. Okay, so as you can see, he's laughing. We may have adjusted the torsion bar a little bit too much.
2001 again.
And yeah, well,
Yeah, bro.
Kind of decked it.
It looks mint.
So it does look mint. Don't match the front though.
Look at it from the back.
And there we go. Sorry I didn't film any of it. We were just on a bit of a mission because we want to go for a beer, don't we, Coops?
Beer's more important than YouTube, I'm afraid.
So yes, looking pretty level. We're just going to take up the road and let it settle and bring you back. So it's been a couple of weeks since we lowered it now, and I must admit how it's settled. I'm really pleased. Ride's really nice. There's no catching on the arches. It still rides over bumps nicely because there's plenty of those on the roads at the moment, so I didn't want it really crashy. So yeah, it does. It rides nicely. You know it's lowered, it's a little bit firmer, but it's not anything that you couldn't live with every day. So yeah, I'm very pleased with it. Very, very pleased. I mean, even just on some of these twisties here, like, you know, it's never fast, but it's good fun just throwing it around. So yeah, very happy. I'll pull over in a minute and show you around and see what you think. So there we go. All lowered, and as I say, really happy with how it's sat. What a lovely day. So yeah, I'm going to give it a clean now, but I think I'll call a day with the video. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon.